Oye, 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 espérate y espérame. Pero vamos a hablar inglés.
No me llama Carlos, ese no es mi nombre, te voy a dar un cocotazo. Tienes que entender que soy mujer y no muchacho. Me da pique porque para ti soy un fracaso. Me da pique porque para los hombres soy Pegaso. Me da pique porque de las hoy sobrepaso. Me da pique porque ellos son carrasco. Me da pique porque ellos son carrasco. Un carrasco, dale vueltazo. Un carrasco, dale vueltazo.
When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, oh, when you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain, so stop that crying. Be happy again, keep on smiling. 'Cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're smiling, oh, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, oh, when you're laughing, the sun would have come shining through. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain, so stop that sighing. Come on and be happy again, keep on smiling. 'Cause when you're smiling, baby, the whole world smiles with you. Keep on smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, baby, the whole world smiles with you. ¿Qué es lo que, mi gente? That's how you start a podcast. And welcome back to another episode of the Vamos Hablar Inglés podcast with your host, Soy la Reina Taina. Welcome back, mi gente. I wanted to start these 3 sessions of podcast episodes, these makeup podcast episodes. I wanted to start them backwards. So we're going to... I most likely have explained it already because I'm gonna be posting them in order. So 11 is gonna go first, then 12, then 13. But this is episode 13. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 13. We will be talking about the month of September, what went down based off of my journal entries and also my camera roll on my phone. Y nada, it's just giving you updates. I really am excited to continue forward. This month of October, I have a special guest that will be in my podcast episode. So I'm very excited. A new special guest, new friend of mine. And moving forward, I really hope to dedicate every month to, themes that I've been already talking about in the past 10 episodes, right? Past 10 to 13 episodes, and really just expanding on my lived experiences through my podcast, pero también invitando la gente de Kiskeya to compartir conmigo sus vivencias, right? So this is about to be fire. So thank y'all for listening, and let's jump right into this. All right, Tato. So let's jump in. I gotta find my place. Go to find my place. Now, I probably already said this before in my last 2 episodes, but we just gonna go through. We gonna go flow, lo que sea, lo que sucede. Like, whatever yo quiero compartir, lo voy a compartir y ya. Okay, mi gente. Now, what's really funny about this episode is that as I'm recording this, I realized that I did not put a title to this episode. So we're gonna create a title together, shall we, darling? Because we cannot start this episode without the... Because eventually it's gonna have a título, ¿verdad? Entonces vamos a ver, vamos a reflexionar. Ay, Dios. Something else, mi gente. Quiero invitar a la gente que si quieren traer su agua, su té, su bebida, su hierba, su Cuban cigars, su garre, whatever you want. You can do that here. This is a safe space. We're going to compartir juntis. Y nada, vamos a estar viviendo la vida loca, como dicen, I guess. En verdad, yo quiero llamar a este episodio, quiero llamarlo Kika. And that is really what's gonna hold this conversation. Así mismo, Kika, ya, boom, Kika. Y vamos a hablar sobre eso. Porque elegí Kika. Wow, that's actually so... Wow, that's... Woo! Ok, para la gente que está escuchando esto en orden, o sea, como que tú estás escuchando esto ahora y ya has escuchado episodios 11 y 12, ya lograste, because tú vas a ver estas conexiones, o sea, like... I love this. Cheers. No fuimos, okay. Let's take a deep breath. Let's gather together. And the title of this episode is Kika. Period. Periyanka. And vamos a ver. Como lo dije anterior, este episodio y los siguientes van a ser en Spanglish. Como yo estoy viviendo en Kiskeya ahora, quiero, tú sabes, hacer que con eso. Pero también I want to acknowledge that como sale, ¿verdad? Entonces si me sale en español, me sale en español. Si me sale en inglés, o jihuatahía, o chino, allá ellos. So, como dije, este episodio, vamos a hablar sobre lo que sucedió en el mes de septiembre en 2025 para mí. This was the month that marked a entire month of being a film student, you know, really following my chosen career. And as always, I want to give trigger warnings as conversations we will maybe having may be triggering. So, tú sabes, cuídense, take care of yourselves. Si estamos hablando de algo que es difícil para ti escuchar, toma tu tiempo para cuidarte, tu salud mental, etc. Ya sabemos. It's also important to remind ourselves that the intention of my podcast is to share the raw, uncut, lived experiences of La Reina Taína, of myself, right? My podcast is living proof of the complexities of being an Afro-Caribe, Taína, two-spirit, trans, displaced, disabled woman. My lived experiences are my lived experiences alone. I share my story the way I see it and the way I experienced it. I refuse to let anyone dim my light or filter my story. Let this be a lesson to everyone out there listening to share your story from your perspective and do it with pride, right? Always use I statements. So like I mentioned, I didn't really know what I wanted to share with you all. Esto pasado 3 meses, entonces yo quería compartir solamente lo que estaba escribiendo en mis journals y también lo que encontré lo que grabé con mi cámara, ¿verdad? De teléfono. So really this is really gonna be un episodio bien cortito, como to the point, solamente para compartir lo que yo quiero compartir, porque pasado muchísimas cosas, pero yo aprendí con la vida que no se puede compartir todo en una sesión, como que no puede compartir todo una vez, because it's just, hay un tiempo para todo, right? There's time for everything. So if you want to know, you can hit me up if you want to know more details. But al final del día, for what I want to share with my lived experiences, for what I want people to take away from my lived experiences, I want it to be these things, because al final del día, si yo me muero mañana, ¿cómo me voy, verdad? Entonces, I want to make sure that lo que estoy dejando es una cosa que representa mi vida en mis ojos, right? Through my eyes. My life through my eyes. So, ya tú sabes. You can hit me up. You can hit me up. That's gonna be my little catchphrase or whatever. When niggas wanna hit me up, I say, you could hit me up. Ay, Jesus. Okay. So nada, para septiembre I had just a little bit of updates, highlights, lo que sea. I'm gonna just do it in the order that my body feels like doing it, because it's bullet pointed, but whatever. So I was able to get a Dominican phone number, period. That took me longer than expected. Capacity building takes time. I'm still struggling to obtain my citizenship, but we get in there. Poquito a poquito. As mentioned in my previous episodes, the phrase embodied performance has come up in my life a lot recently, especially this month in the month of September, when I was reimagining my business ventures. And yeah, I have a lot of exciting things to share with y'all for the new year, pero tú sabes, todo en tiempo. I definitely feel grateful for September because I was able to have more capacity to build friendships in class, right, in school, and rebuild my love for fashion and with the fashion world. I've been obsessed with Paul Gaultier and Grace Jones recently. And nada, I do want to hold space and celebrate that by the time it was the end of the month of September, I had completed 2 free therapy sessions with my new spiritually inclined therapist. So, ya estamos en terapia otra vez, thankfully. It's been helping me a lot. And yeah, that's the girl, especially since not being able to have access to like mental health medication like how I had in the US. This along with other alternatives have helped me a lot. Forgive me if I stumble over my words. It's me thinking in Spanish and in English at the same time. Entonces como que mi lengua is trying to keep up. Yeah, difícil. Because there's like 1,000 bitches in my brain trying to like speak at the same time. So September was yet another month of going through unstable housing. So from 3 to 4 hotels in 1 month I was living in. It was not ideal. Lots of bullshit. Ay Dios. And then in the middle of September, I did confirm the housing that I'm in now. That's private, it's secure, it's safe. Thankfully, after 6 months of being homeless and displaced, I'm finally in stable, contracted housing. Like, contract under my name. No problems. But even that had its own barriers and delays, which I'm not ready to share right now. I'm still healing from. But on the other side, the Netflix show Beauty in Black, it really carried me these past 2 months. Absolutely no credit to Tyler Perry, who is the creator of Beauty in Black, but at the same time, he's a problematic individual. But he does a pretty good job at portraying Black American personas, so I'll give him that. Ija. Another positive update is that I started pole dancing classes finally in the month of September. Yesterday I completed my 4th class. I try to do 4 classes a month, or that's what I'm trying to do at least. And just to build up that body, that muscle, but also just getting back into dancing in general. That's something that I have been lacking a lot and something that I need. So, yeah. ¿Qué más? Not much to share. There's a lot to share, but... Pero vamos a hablar sobre Kika. Y ahí cerramos. So, Kika is the nickname that was given to my birth mother, Orquídea, by her siblings and other family folks, I think. The reason why I'm bringing it up is that during the month of September, when I was going into my obsession with the fashion world again and falling in love with fashion via Paul Gaultier and Grace Jones, I found out that in the late 1990s, Paul Gaultier created this fashion collection, specifically this clothing line, que era sobre una película que se llama Kika, or a movie that's named Kika, or the person in the movie was named Kika. Point being is that like it's this like outfit with like these red tits. It's just in the suit. It's like it eats, and let me see if I know the name of the producer. He's a Spaniard. Pedro Almodovar. He's a Spanish filmmaker. Y nada. Kika by Paul Gaultier. Bien interesante. I definitely do see myself doing work with him in the future. Pero it's all to say, because again, like Kika Orquídea, Madre Mia, she is the foundation of where I am today in so many ways. So that's why it's named Kika. All of this is because of her. That's why the tattoos in my hands are all dedicated to her. Because without these hands, without these healing hands, these hands that brought me to where I am today, these piano playing hands, these music making hands, these, ensayo writing hands, poetry creating hands, they were created by my mother. I have such cute hands. I'm just looking at them now. They're so tiny. Anyways, muchas gracias por compartir conmigo, por estar aquí, presente conmigo. And we're going to close it out now. Ya tú sabes. Thank you, mi gente, for listening. And I hope everyone enjoyed me sharing a little bit more about my lived experiences. We're going to continue doing this. Next episode, like I said, we're going to be having a guest speaker. I'm not going to tell you who yet, but we're going to let that one flow. And that one's going to be a fun one. That one's going to be an intense one. We may even cry. Who knows? Pero sí, sígueme por Instagram y Facebook at lareinataina.com. Well, .com. at la real reina taina. En Instagram y en Facebook. So on Instagram and Facebook, you can follow me at La Real Reina Taina. I'm in the process of rebranding my businesses, so stay tuned. My website is in the process of being remade by me, so that's why it's taking forever. Si tan aburrido, no te olvides que yo tengo 30 canciones originales, okay? So I got 30 songs, original songs created by me, 100%. So if y'all are bored and got nothing to listen to, why are you guys not listening to my music? Hello? I can see who listens to my music, and I know y'all are not listening to my music. So vamos, póngate la pila. I've spent the past 3 years creating all of these songs. There's not one song that was not created outside of these 3 years. I have been putting in the work. Please visit my Bandcamp at lareinataina.bandcamp.com para escuchar mi música, y también me puede visitar en YouTube en La Reina Taina. Very simple. You can find my Vamos Hablar Inglés podcast episodes on my YouTube también a La Reina Taina, o en mi sitio web at www.larenataina.com/VHI-podcast. So yeah. This is the Vamos Hablar Inglés podcast, and I'm your host, La Reina Taina. And as always, vete con Dios, y que Dios te da amor, sabiduría y salud. Mwah.
No pasa nada, yo vengo